Hello, everybody. CatShe1383 with CatShe Gaming with episode 42 of the Epic Store Weekly Free Games series. So this week there's actually 3 games, but as part of my rules, Horizon Chase Turbo, which was covered during Christmas when they are doing their daily free game event. I will not cover that, but I'll give a brief synopsis. It's basically a driving game that I guess harkens back to the old arcade racers back in the day. And the other one also doesn't fit some of my personal policies. That being, if it's multiplayer, I try and see if it has a single player component. And then if that doesn't have one, I usually don't play it. In this case, it technically did. But for whatever reason, it was locked. And that game is against all odds. It's kind of like a gory version of those game shows like Splat Out or Ninja Warriors. But like I said, I couldn't play locally for reasons, so I didn't play the game outside of the tutorial. Which leaves the third game, Kao the Kangaroo. So this particular game is, I guess, sort of a remake and a love letter to old 3D platformers. And it's from an IP that was originally released back in 2000 by none other than our favorite Superman developers, Titus. I suppose it did well enough that it earned 2 more sequels, and then for whatever reason, they decided to make a whole new game and release it in 2022, which is what you see right now. So this game is different. Yes, it plays similar to that of an old school 3D platformer, but the voice acting is what stood out the most to me.
I tried to stop your sister and she ran away. Stubbornness clearly runs in the family, so I'm not going to make the same mistake again.
All right. What's the catch?
If you go, you go well prepared.
So, KO there, I don't know how to describe his voice. Same for his mom there. And it gets a little worse because there's a koala later on that speaks kind of like an Asian Yoda. I suppose Yoda already did that, but more offensive.
Why your dad left? To defeat it. Same darkness corrupted his gloves. Look normal, maybe. Their power changed. Your father noticed.
But Kaya wanted me to find them. It was her that led me to the gloves.
What?
So basically, I didn't get past the first level. It was just one really long tutorial with the basics. Your usual collectathon, similar to that one of, let's say, a Donkey Kong, where you actually find letters that spell KO, and you grab a whole bunch of other items along the way. It has a somewhat complicated combo system, I'll give it that much. And the visuals aren't terrible. And they're actually, let's face it, when I say they're not terrible, I'm way under exaggerating that. They're actually pretty decent. And there's a decent sound design to it as well, especially when you attack. But I'd say overall, this game wasn't nearly entertaining enough. And again, I just got through the tutorial, so I may have just missed out on a lot, but it didn't intrigue me or even ingratiate itself enough for me to be like, yeah, let's continue playing. I mean, from what I can tell from here, it looks like a fairly competent made game. I haven't heard anything terrible about it in any shape or form. It just might be, I don't know, too old of a style of a game to really appeal to audiences. Or maybe it's done better by other games like Mario Odyssey. And after thinking about it, yeah, it's like that's a hard hurdle to get over in terms of getting people to play your game. And a really long tutorial isn't going to help you with that. I suppose it could show promise, and maybe one day I'll actually go back and play, maybe get past the tutorial and see if there's more to it than that. But otherwise, it's not really my cup of tea. But you can try it. It is free until Thursday, May 11th, 10 a.m. Central Time on the Epic Games Store. So if you made it this far into the video, thank you for watching and have a good one.